After U.S. President Donald Trump threatened tariffs and sanctions on Colombia, the White House announced that Colombia had agreed to accept military aircraft carrying deported migrants from the U.S., easing tensions between the two nations. Remember, Colombia's president had condemned the military deportation flights and said that he would never carry out a raid to return handcuffed Americans to the U.S. Here's more.
The U.S. and Colombia pulled back from the brink of a trade war on Sunday. U.S. President Donald Trump had threatened tariffs and sanctions on Colombia for refusing to accept military flights carrying deportees as part of his sweeping immigration crackdown. But late on Sunday, the White House said Colombia had agreed to accept the migrants after all, and Washington would not impose those penalties.
El gobierno de Colombia.
Colombian Foreign Minister Luis Gilberto Murillo on Sunday said his country's government had, quote, gotten over its impasse with Washington. Earlier, Colombia's President Gustavo Petro had condemned the military deportation flights and said that he would never carry out a raid to return handcuffed Americans to the U.S. However, he also said that Colombia would welcome home deported migrants on civilian planes and offered his presidential plane to facilitate their, quote, dignified return. The Colombian statement did not specify whether the agreement it had struck with the U.S. included military flights, but it did not contradict the White House announcement. It added that Murillo and Colombia's ambassador to the United States will travel to Washington in coming days for follow-up meetings. The use of U.S. military aircraft to carry out deportation flights is unusual. Some of them carried out 2 flights to Guatemala on Friday, while Mexico also refused a request last week to let a U.S. military aircraft land with migrants. Trump has said he is thinking about imposing 25% duties on imports from Canada and Mexico on February 1st to force further action against illegal immigrants and fentanyl flowing into the U.S.